Welcome to Chapter 3. The chapter unfolds with a flashback into Professor Kimani's life. Professor Kimani joined the University of Nairobi directly as a senior lecturer straight from the University of Oxford where he studied. A month after his arrival, Professor Kimani launched a noisy debate in which he demanded that THC University of Nairobi henceforth strive for bringing recruitment to THC society rather than simply focusing on cliffering CXCCLLCNCC and work. 6 months later, his clarion call prevailed. The university's official motto became relevance to the society. After winning this first war, he waged another one which was even noisier. He wanted the university to be an agent of change, not a mere spectator of it. In the meantime, he married Asiya Amandi. He became a professor and now felt complete. A global economic recession hit Africa. Jobs and incomes shrank. To get out of the crisis, Africa had to make changes, and donors were the architects of these proposed changes. Donors demanded for change, and Africa obliged. Professor Kimani had a daughter, Tuni, a name she owes to Tunisia, her country of conception. Parliament staged an economic coup to improve on their remunerations. When he started teaching, members of Parliament, MP, earned less. What professors took home as salary? After the coup, an MP rakes up to 100 times the income of a professor. A family discussion is underway between a father, mother, and daughter. From the discussion, it's clear that the state has failed terribly in discharging its mandate, and therefore the only way is to be the agent of change oneself. Meanwhile, Tuni shares what an instructor told her on why women are susceptible and fall easy prey to predators as lack of awareness of where women are, a look of weakness and helplessness, and a temptation to stray. A comparison is drawn between Professor Kimani and Newborn Walimu, Professor's former junior colleague and now a member of Parliament. From the comparison, Kimani, who is stuck at the university, is doing poorly while Walimu is doing very well after joining politics and having become an MP. Tuni, the only daughter and child to Professor Kimani, dies in a road accident. Tuni had to use public service vehicle because his father's car was not in good condition. This infuriated Asiya Amandi. Professor Kimani and his spouse Asiya Amandi were inconsolable over their daughter's death. In the evening, Asiya drops a bombshell to her husband that she would be leaving. She says Newborn Walimu, the MP and Professor's former junior colleague, had asked to marry her. Asiya Amandi feels Tuni would be alive if Professor Kimani had. She wouldn't have used the public service vehicle, a real car that caused the fatal accident. She left the following morning to Newborn Walimu's place. Professor Kimani goes for Newborn Walimu and petitions why he had decided to take his wife. A scuffle begins at the MP's office. The police come in and arrest both. Professor Kimani is charged with assaulting a member of Parliament. His university demotes him from a full professor to a senior lecturer, the point he started at when he joined the university. A 6-month jail term follows. He's a dejected man. Meanwhile, Professor Kimani hears a knock at the door. A white man of about 50 is standing outside. "I sees Mr. Tad Longway." After a lengthy discussion, Mr. Longway asked Professor Kimani to join OGDA, whose mission is to question Africa's status quo. He further asks him to follow Path Alpha, a strategy built on the idea that at present, public discontent expresses itself in acts that cancel out instead of adding up. Path Alpha will correct the anomaly by mobilizing civic discontent into will to change. Mr. Longway tells Professor Kimani if he joins Path Alpha he would go down for orientation at their headquarters in Cape Town, and he will also attend the next summit of Africa's heads of state in Banjul, Gambia. He's enlisted as a member of Path Alpha the following day. The loss of his daughter, desertion by his wife, mistreatment by his university and state had tested him hard and long. He had reached the boiling point. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Continue to Chapter 4.